All right, music fans, welcome back. It is I, Dave, the real music observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Robert Plant weighs in on Greta Van Fleet, and he likes him, but he seems like he's a little bit either jealous or like, I don't know. He's in this little interview clip. You can go watch it where he says, yeah, that singer, he's like Led Zeppelin 1. And he says he's about to say something, and then the interviewer interrupts him. It almost sounds like Plant seems a little jealous of the fact that you got this young kid who's out there belting out these tunes in a way that Robert used to. Look, age does what it does. But it's amazing when you go look and see how many views Greta Van Fleet has on something like, say, I think it's Highway Song. It's just off the charts. And I've done one video on these guys already. It was called "Can Greta Van Fleet Save Rock and Roll?" And the reason I say it like that is because, look, folks, look around you and between the pop and the mainstream rock charts, and tell me what's really good on those charts. You know, I gave a little props to Ed Sheeran. I said I didn't hate it in the pop realm. But it's not my it's not my daily cup of tea or anything. It's an occasional. If I have to drink this, I'll drink it. But I'm not going to go out of my way to find it and listen to it. Greta Van Fleet is a band for the young and the old, people who grew up on real music and who like Led Zeppelin. You can't really compare them to anyone else. They say that they got a lot of their antics and ideas from Aerosmith, and that, I guess, made Plant a little unhappy that they didn't just go out of their way to say Led Zeppelin. Maybe they've been watching Plant the last few years kind of distance himself from anything Led Zeppelin. This is the big anniversary. This is the 50-year anniversary of Led Zeppelin, and Greta Van Fleet is the only thing out there that's really going to be Led Zeppelin this year. I know there's surprises in store, according to Robert Plant and Jimmy Page. And look, this isn't Jimmy Page's fault. This is not John Paul Jones's fault. This is not Jason Bonham's fault. This is Robert Plant, who just seems to want to distance himself from the legacy. But he did give these guys some props. He said this band from Detroit, and they are from Detroit. So there you go. Robert, at least he must have been told, hey, you got to talk about these guys because they're really picking up your legacy, and you have to at least acknowledge them. They're getting the airplay. They're getting the views. They actually topped the mainstream rock charts with a couple of their tracks from their EP, their small album. A full album is in the works, and the pressure is on this group. Guess what? As long as they're doing what they've been doing, and the chord progressions are different from Led Zeppelin, this is gonna go through the roof. This is gonna be a big selling item. Again, check out Greta Van Fleet. If you haven't heard them, you'll probably do a holy crap Batman, because they really are the real deal when it comes to Zepp. And I like to promote more independent stuff and stuff that isn't going to break huge in a sense, but we need all hands on deck. If we're going to save rock and roll, we've got to acknowledge when it's good, no matter where it comes from. And these guys are amazing. They are just so good. You can spend hours listening to it, and your ears won't believe it. They just won't. Your ears will be in disbelief. Again, Greta Van Fleet and even Robert Plant talking about them now, so they're good if Robert Plant has to address it. All right, I'm done. I'm Dave. Of course, he was in an interview and the guy asked him the question, so, I'm sure he wouldn't have volunteered the information. All right, so I'm done with the video. Don't forget to help me out over on Patreon. Only $1, people. You can see the little logo at the top of my YouTube page. Just click on that. $1 a month is all I'm asking for, and you won't miss it. It's change rolling under your car. or at least under the car seats. And if normally you'd have to fish that out, instead you could just give it to me. That would be awesome. All right, I'm done. I'll be back with more real music in real time for real people, just like you right there. And just like me, we'll do it real soon.